Mykolayiv region is almost completely liberated from occupiers, but its cities and villages remain in the range of enemy artillery shelling. It seems that the aggressor aims to destroy not only the military, but also residential buildings and infrastructure enterprises. So he strikes the region every day. Many shells do not explode, and this is an additional threat to people. According to the State Emergency Service, sappers of Mykolayiv region are the second in the country in terms of intensity of work after Kharkiv.
I was so afraid to go home. Suddenly a shell hit it. We drove into the alley. There were a lot of people near houses. The wires hangs. The dog is dead. Mrs. Oksana and husband and children were born under a lucky star, neighbours say. The house of the Human family in the Kharkiv village was completely destroyed by an enemy mine. The couple pulls things out of the rubble and thinks about where and how to live in the future. I don't know where we're going next.
There was no roof at all. The walls cracked, the windows too. The front door was right there. The wife, as she felt, said, "Let's go to sister." For 2 nights the shelling was very heavy. We hid in the basement. The mine hit in the afternoon.
Pyrotechnicians demining the yard and the ruins showed the couple what fragments fell from the mine and what they were lucky to avoid.
This is a fragment from a 120mm artillery shell. Defeat more than 500 metres. There were cases when fragments flew again. Cassette elements from Uragan and Grad systems flew in from neighbours.
The village of Gorokivka is less than 10 kilometres from Mykolayiv. There is a railway station and several large industrial enterprises. The enemy deliberately shells at them for several days in a row. The Russians know that they are bombing, not military facilities. The aggressors didn't spare even the plant where soybeans were processed and vegetable milk was produced. Now everything looks like after the apocalypse.
This is dryer, gas equipment. The whole main process takes place in the dryer. It is destroyed. Electronics are out of order. This is the most expensive equipment.
Also, a new oil depot burned down in the village. After mass enemy attacks, sappers of the National Guard have to comb the territory of the village, enterprises metre by metre in search of explosive elements.
When we arrived at the site, we examined the remains of ammunition. It's probably the elements of either a tornado, multiple rocket launcher, or a smirch, because there are a lot of fragments. The enterprise suffered greatly.
Every day, sappers of Mykolayiv region receive up to 30 calls for demining. Active hostilities already take place far from these places, but the enemy remains within artillery range, so the region bears the echoes of war every day.